Hey guys, and happy Thanksgiving if you are in the US. Appreciate you being here with us. Before we dive into how you can actually hit the ball farther while swinging slower, I do want to let you know we are doing our Black Friday Cyber Monday blowout special on the Precision Impact, my favorite training aid. A couple of pieces here. Number one, you're going to save $25 off the normal price. We're going to give you a 365-day guarantee, right? Ultimately, I want you to be able to hit the ball more solid. That's why I'm out here doing this video, and I know this training is going to help you, and you might be skeptical about it. So I want to give you a 365-day guarantee so you have absolutely no risk. If you don't like it for any reason, if it doesn't work for you, whatever, send it back. We'll give you a full refund. Now, obviously we can't do this forever, right? We're gonna offer this until the 29th, right? Just after Cyber Monday. Tuesday at midnight on the 29th will be the deadline. But not only do you get the $25 off, not only do you get the guarantee, no risk, you're also gonna get our Build Your Swing of Your Dreams bonus that we just filmed. I love it. I think it's our best masterclass yet. It walks you through step by step how to build what I think is a perfect swing and how to use the training aid step by step, setup, takeaway, top of backswing, transition through impact, how to troubleshoot issues. I think you're gonna absolutely love it. I wanna make it a no-brainer for you, a no-brainer way for you to really improve your golf swing once and for all. We'll put the link with all the info down in the description down below. All right guys, in today's video, we're gonna talk about how you can actually swing slower but hit the ball farther. And there's one key feel, one key mantra that I want you to have to be able to do this. But let me ask you a question first before we dive into that. Why do you think you hit your 7-iron farther than you hit your 8-iron? Right? Why do you hit your 7-iron farther than you hit your 8-iron? And the answer, of course, is because it has less loft. So the key to being able to get the ball going farther without you putting in more effort is hitting the ball more solid, right? And de-lofting the irons. And there's one way to do that in particular that I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so we know that to be able to hit the ball farther, we want to be able to take the loft of the club we have and lower it. Now, if we put Adam Scott on the screen here as a model, we can clearly see the difference between where he starts with the club, the static loft of it, and where he gets to at impact, how the handle's more forward and the loft is lower. Now, how I want you to get there is with a key feel with your right arm and your right wrist. So the mantra works like this. For me to be able to get the handle more forward, I want you to think knuckles behind elbow. Knuckles behind elbow. Now, the longer I can keep the knuckles of my trail hand farther away from the target than my elbow, the lower of the loft of the club that I'm going to have. Now, if that's true, the opposite's true. The sooner that my knuckles pass my wrist and pass my elbow, I'm gonna add loft and hit the ball shorter relative to my speed. So it really goes elbow, wrist, knuckles in that order. The elbow is the closest thing to the target, the wrist is the second closest, and the knuckles are the third closest. That's the feel that I wanna have during my downswing to get my setup and loft at setup lower by the time I get to impact. Elbow, wrist, knuckles. Let's go ahead and hit one with that. And then I'm going to show you how you can train this in. Elbow, wrist, knuckles. Now, how the heck do I train this in and make sure that I get my right wrist bent back? I'm going to show you how to use my favorite tool, the Precision Impact, along with a little glove you can put underneath your armpit to train this in. Let's get started with this. So what I love about the Precision Impact is that it gives me the feels required to be able to keep that trail wrist bent back longer. And of course, we want to keep that trail wrist bent back longer so we could lower the loft and hit it farther without swinging any faster. Now, I like to just put a glove underneath my armpit just to feel this. And when you put the glove underneath your armpit, you could put this like all the way up the top of your armpit. So just kind of mid bicep to shoulder, that stays connected. The glove underneath the armpit is a piece that helps keep the elbow forward. The right wrist bent back keeps the knuckles behind the elbow. So I really like this combo drill, the glove in with the right wrist. So here's what I want you to feel when you're doing this. Let's go back to about halfway back. And you're going to note with the Precision Impact that it's going to crank back during the backswing. And that indicates that I've bent my right wrist back. To have it bent back enough during the downswing, I've got to bend it back some amount during the backswing, right? So we're kind of setting it correctly on the way back. We're going to just go kind of halfway back, 3/4 of the way back. So I've clicked that back about 90% of the way. Now here's the key when I start down. I've got this glove in. I see a lot of amateur golfers who go wrong with this. The glove would fly out, right? The glove would fly out. The elbow goes back behind us. And then that's where, and the good thing about this, it doesn't let you do it, the right wrist would throw too soon. Look at that. Knuckles are the closest thing to the target, then the wrist, then the elbow. That's the worst case scenario. You're going to hit the ball high, short, contact issues, no face control. Best case scenario, listen how I change this. You hear the difference there? So not only do I get the actual feel of bending it back, I get the auditory clicks to bend it back. It's key that I can keep this glove under to keep the elbow forward. Okay, so the glove stays under. The elbow feels like the upper part of my right bicep is pressed against the pec. The elbow's leading. If I was in a little curl position, I actually want the elbow slightly more towards the target than the curl. Okay, so the elbow's here. My wrist is even with the elbow or behind it, and then that right wrist is cranked back. Look at the position that puts the club in. Not only does that help me get the toe in front of the heel for club face, that helps me get in a position where I don't have to do anything through impact, and I can lower my dynamic loft, right, and compress the ball. So let's do a couple hits with this. Elbow is forward. The knuckles stay behind the elbow. Knuckles behind the elbow. And that is, I know I say this sometimes I wish some of you guys could be out here watching me hit those, you know I'm not lying. That's as solid as I can hit a ball, right? There's the golf ball, and I'm hitting ball first, ground second, and at impact, my handle is gonna be forward. That again, lowers that loft. That's how you can turn a 7-iron, you know, turn that 7-iron down into a 5-iron and hit the ball far. Now I didn't feel like I had to swing any harder there, and I don't need more speed necessarily to gain the distance. I don't want you to have to swing any harder. I want you to hit the ball solid. It should be smooth. That should look smooth, but the ball's solid and goes farther. So one more time, gloves under, right wrist is in. I have to set it on my way back. Feel like that elbow's forward of the wrist, and the knuckles are behind the elbow. The right arm feels pressed against my side. Now I'm in a delivery position. I don't need to do anything. I'm not going to throw anything. I'm going to just keep my body turning towards the target. And what I love about this is this actually keeps your wrist bent all the way in the follow through. Now in reality, it needs to throw at some point in time, but we know the issue is you throw too soon. If you feel like you have to put a lot of effort in to gain distance, that's a telltale sign you're throwing too soon. Feeling like it stays bent forever is what you need to do in the beginning just to get to normal, So the gloves under, we're gonna have elbow forward of the knuckles, elbow forward of the knuckles. And that's what I like about this a lot, is if you put it on correctly, you literally can't mess it up. So elbows forward of the knuckles. Yeah, and that again, I mean, that is as solid as I could possibly hit a golf ball and as straight as I could hit one. So listen, to hit the ball farther, I've said 18 times now, you got to lower the loft. Now how you lower the loft is with the wrist angles, with the trail wrist. This is the best thing, Precision Impact Golf. We're going to put the link down below. As mentioned, we have this sale going on because I want you guys to get this and train this over the winter to be able to improve your swing and nail this in. I love these training aids you can actually hit balls with. If you can do 20 to 30 reps with this a couple days a week, it's going to make a huge difference. So the link's down below. You get the $25 off. You get the 365 guarantee. You have literally nothing to lose, and you're going to get our bonus, the 5-part video series of me showing you exactly how to use this. So highly recommend this. Highly recommend you learn how to lower your loft to hit the ball farther. Thank you guys for watching.